Hi, this is Kathryn, and we have another episode of Digital Tech Lab today. And today we're going to be looking at our 3D printer. So, the first thing you need to do is to go to a website called Thingiverse, and this is where you're going to find the thing that you want to print on the 3D printer. I know you all don't just have 3D printers lying around, but there is one at the library, so that's the one we're going to be using today. So as you can see, I'm just sort of showing you the different ways that you can filter your results on Thingiverse to sort of get what you want or to try to kind of explore what you might want to look at. There are lots of really interesting things on here. Some of them are really complicated and take a long time to print. Some of them are really simple and don't take very long to print at all. So I'm just sort of scrolling through to give you all an idea of what you might see on the Thingiverse website. And I am going to select this little snowflake, and once you decide that you want this little snowflake, you just click on it. And what I like to do is to sort of scroll through and look around, and you want to click on the Makes tab just to see if other people have made it and if it worked out well for them. As you can see, tons of people have printed this little snowflake here, and it seems like it came out pretty well for everybody who has posted here. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward with this little thing. So I'm going to click download all files, and it's going to go ahead and download, and I just want to go ahead and make sure that I choose to save the file and not just open it. So I just want to hit OK, and then the file should download to my computer. So now that I have that saved, I am going to open Flash Print, and I'm going to click load, and then I'm going to find the snowflake that I just saved. I'm going to open it, and it's going to show up in Flash Print like this. And now I can view it from all of these different angles by clicking on view and then selecting my angle to make sure that it's what I want, and also to make sure that it's going to fit on the actual printer bed, which is shown by the little hollow cube in the middle of the screen. Now clearly the snowflake does fit, but with some bigger models it might be of concern. And then I can make it bigger or smaller by clicking on scale, and you always want to have the uniform scaling selected if you're going to adjust the size, just so you don't end up with any weird dimensions or anything. I'm going to make the snowflake teeny tiny just so that it'll print pretty quickly and I can show it to you all. And then the only other thing I have left to do at this point is to go ahead and click print. And I'm just not going to mess with anything today. I'm just going to hit OK. We're just going to do the simplest option here. And I am going to go ahead and save this file to a flash drive. I'm going to save it under holidays, and I'm going to save it as snowflake. You'll want to remember exactly what you save it as because it'll be important when you pull it back up on the actual printer itself. And then as you look at the top corner, it'll show you approximately how long it will take to print the thing that you have decided to print. And then you can go ahead and click back and then safely eject your USB and move over to your 3D printer, where you are going to slide your USB into the printer and then check to make sure that it is plugged in. Try not to get your hair caught on a chair like I did. And then you're going to press the power button, and it'll come up with a little screen that gives you your options. The first thing you want to do is load the filament, so select Tools, and then select Filament, and then select Load. And what this is doing is basically putting the plastic that is going to make your creation into the extruder. It'll tell you when it's heated up, and then you're just going to line up the filament by pushing it through into the extruder and pressing a little lever, and then the plastic will come out the bottom when it's ready. And then you're going to select Build and find your USB and scroll around until you find the place where you saved your 3D print job. And like I said, it's important to remember where you saved it on your USB, because if you have a lot of things on your USB, you're going to want to streamline this process as quickly as possible. So I selected my snowflake and then hit Build, and it will start to tell you that it's heating up, and it'll tell you how much time you have left on it, and it'll put the bed where it needs to be by itself, and it will start laying the plastic to make your creation. And then when it's all done, the bed lowers by itself, and you are free to pick up your brand new creation. As you can see, there's a loading screen and everything, And here is our little snowflake. Once you have decided that you are done with your 3D printer, you want to select Tools and then Filament again, and we're going to unload it this time. So it'll once again heat the extruder up and tell you when it's done. Then the only thing left for you to do is to do the opposite of what you did when you loaded the filament. Just take it out by pressing the spring and gently lifting the filament out of the extruder, and you are done. Turn it off.